Listen, welcome to the Richard Caswell Award ceremony. My name is Juwan Hogarth, and I am honored to be your MC for this prestigious event. It's considered to be one of the most distinctive awards for state employees, honoring a special fraternity of long-serving North Carolina workers. So I am pleased to welcome our honorees, members of their agency leadership, co-workers, and of course, all of you, the friends, the family who are here to support folks who are being honored today. So here to salute you all, I want you to go ahead and please stand and welcome our honor guard for this morning from the Department of Adult Correction. And presenting the colors today, Colonel William Gibson, Captain John Frick, Lieutenant Tremont Forney, Jacob Gorman, and Deborah Hinton. We'll go ahead and remain standing to welcome Catherine Bryant, also from the Department of Adult Correction, for our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous line. For the ramparts we march, not so gallantly streaming, and your is red on the walls bursting out, giving proof through the night that our flag was still there. So sail the Star-Spangled
Well, I'd say thank you to our National North Carolina Honor Guard and Miss Bryant for the wonderful national anthem. She did a lot better than I know that we could do, which is why we had her do it. So excellent work. That sounded amazing. Now, the public employees that we celebrate today each took very different paths to arrive at this point where they are today. They share an extraordinary 45-year commitment to serving our great state and its residents. Go ahead and sit down. Now, before we introduce today's Caswell honorees, I want to acknowledge the distinguished leaders who are here to recognize honorees who are able to join us today. So we'll go ahead and hold our applause for each name until I've read them in their entirety. Department of Adult Correction Chief Deputy Secretary Brandon Harris, Chief Deputy Secretary of Commerce Jordan Witcher, North Carolina Administrative Office of the Course Director Ryan Boyce, Department of Health and Human Services Chief Deputy Secretary Mark Benton, Director of Information Technology, Chief Deputy and Deputy State Chief Information Officer, Tori Jessup, and Department of Public Instruction Senior Director of Federal Programs, Alex Charles. Let's go ahead and give them a round of applause. Now today, the 13 individuals receiving Caswell Awards this year, they have collectively dedicated more than, go ahead and get this, 585 years of service to our great state of North Carolina. And it's a great privilege to say that on behalf of Governor Roy Cooper, as well as my fellow North Carolinians, we all want to say thank you for your exceptional service. No matter the challenges that you face each and every day, each and every year, you meet them head on and continue to prove our great state immeasurably. And to honor the remarkable scope of accomplishments of our longest serving employees, the Caswell Award Program was created back in January of 1998. Think about where you were in 1998. Managed by the Office of the State Human Resources, its purpose is to express our sincere appreciation for the extended, dedicated service of state employees who have reached the rare milestone of 45 years on the job. And they asked me just to kind of include like a personal note on what 45 years of service means to me. For one, I'm not even 45 just yet, so there's one thing. But 45 years ago, we had to go all the way back to 1979. If you can remember 1979, just think about what that year was. The average price for a gallon of gas, 86 cents. You missed that, don't you? 86 cents, okay? Jimmy Carter was our president. Superman, starring Christopher Reeve, was the top film at the box office. And My Sharona by the Knack, y'all remember that? My Sharona by the Knack was the top song over that year. Now, some of you are probably thinking, what exactly was that song? I know that there are a couple of folks who are far a lot younger than me. What song was that? Just ask somebody next to you what song. I'm sure they'll be happy to sing it to you. But I am just in awe when I think about the number of years of service that you've given to our state. Just halfway through your 45 career, just to kind of date a little bit, that was the first time I even walked into a newsroom to start my broadcast career. So halfway there, but you guys are also doing some incredible work with 45 years. Now, this award was named after Richard Caswell. He was a Maryland native who dedicated most of his adult life to North Carolina. And as a lawyer and a surveyor, he started his public service career as the first Orange County clerk of court before taking up arms during the Revolutionary War. And it was later that he became a member of the Colonial Assembly, where he was a champion for free public education. Now, with our nation's independence from Britain, Caswell became North Carolina's first governor, serving from 1776 to 1780. And he next served as the state controller, returning to the job of chief executive from 1784 to 1787. He was also a delegate to the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia in the year 1787, and then served again as a state senator. And it was in 1789, at the age of 60, that he actually suffered a fatal stroke while presiding over a Senate session down in Fayetteville. Now today, our honorees reflect Caswell's lifetime commitment to serving the people of our state of North Carolina. You guys are all mentors to each and every one of us. You understand the intricacies of our state government, and you are extraordinary contributors who have made lasting impacts on the lives of many. Now, to all of the state employees who are joining us today, know that we are keenly aware that you are our state government's most valuable asset and greatest asset. So please go ahead and join me in giving all of our state employees a hand. So this time I'll go ahead and welcome State Human Resources Director, Margaret Gibbs.
Thank you, Duan. And good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, I think you're still Sunday's not even 45 yet. That was really, it was fun until then, right? As Duan mentioned, a lot really can happen in 45 years. In our state alone, we have witnessed a great deal of growth, progress, and change since 1979. 45 years ago, North Carolina's population was 5.8 million, and census nearly doubled to 10.8 million as of 2023. North Carolina's Department of Transportation was established in 1979 and has since made traveling within our state safer and more efficient, so we are very happy to have them. Our very own Governor Cooper had just finished his undergraduate studies at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. And the University of North Carolina at Charlotte's athletic department expanded to include men's baseball, and Greensboro welcomed the Grasshoppers that same year. I'm sure at least a few of you out there spend time in an evening or two enjoying America's favorite pastime, thanks to them. And just as those events of 1979 have made an immeasurable impact on our state's trajectory over the past 45 years, this year's Caswell Award recipients, and I'm going to name each of you: Nancy Gilchrist, Robert Schwabke, Al Sapp, Michael Stiles. A few are not able to be with us today, you'll know this. C.I. Ingram, Miriam Dixon, Randy Johnson, Giovanni Webb, Camille McAkron, Howard Hand, Ella Wren, Dee Nelms, and Frida Lee. They have all made a significant impact in our state through their collective 585 years of public service to the state of North Carolina. That's a lot of service. These award recipients have witnessed countless transformative changes in how we work and live as their careers have progressed. Many have been leaders or early adapters in reshaping the roles and agencies within they so committedly worked. And each of the individuals honored today have been an integral part of making North Carolina the wonderful place to live, work, visit, and raise the family that it is today. By remaining in public service for 45 years, these impressive employees set an admirable precedent for continuously rising to the occasion and recommitting themselves to supporting our state and its residents in the most challenging of times. On behalf of the entire Office of State Human Resources team, it is my privilege to thank each of you for the work that you've done and continue to do. When you started your career, few at that time would have guessed how your efforts would impact the lives of so many for over 45 years, and we are very grateful for your contributions. Before we recognize this year's recipients, let's hear from Governor Roy Cooper, who has recorded a special message for today's honorees.
Hi, everybody. Fellow state employee Roy Cooper here. Congratulations to the 2024 Caswell Award honorees. Those being honored today have been loyal employees serving the state of North Carolina for more than 45 years. That is a remarkable achievement. For decades, you've adapted and grown as times have changed. Your perseverance and commitment to our state is an inspiration to fellow state employees following in your footsteps. You've spent your careers making North Carolina a better place to live, work, and raise a family, and I am so grateful for your efforts. On behalf of the people of North Carolina, thank you for all you have done and continue to do. Congratulations, guys. On behalf of the people of North Carolina, thank you for all you have done and continue to do. Congratulations, guys.
We appreciate the governor's uplifting words. Wish we could have had him here today, but he was unable to attend in person. Now, I am pleased to turn it back over to Dewan to introduce and tell us a little bit about each of our 2024 Caswell Award recipients.
Well, thank you, Director Gibson. Thank you, Governor Roy Cooper, for that wonderful message. Now, let's go ahead and get to what we all came here for, to recognizing today's 10 Caswell Award recipients who were able to join us in person. Now, our first honoree began her career with the state as a parole officer within what is now the Department of Adult Correction. Over the years, Nancy Gilchrist has had several roles, including intensive case officer and chief probation and parole officer, and currently continues her work with adult correction as a judicial district manager. Nancy shared that she has enjoyed each role and has been fortunate, she says, to have also had excellent supervisors throughout her career. Now, a long career with the state was always Nancy's intent, as she was drawn to her work by the job security that it provided her. Such stability remains a favorite aspect of Nancy's job to this day. She has touched the lives of countless offenders over the years and has undoubtedly played a vital role in helping many to rehabilitate and reenter their lives after being incarcerated. So please join me in congratulating Nancy on such an inspiring career. Our next recipient chose a career in state government over the corporate world after finding the work environment to be much more diverse than that of the private sector in the late 70s and the early 80s. Carolyn Ingram, who likes to be called CI, joined the Governmental Evaluation Commission as a staff analyst in 1978 and worked for the commission until 1982 when her mentor, the late attorney Thelma Hill, suggested she apply for a role as an appeals referee with the Department of Commerce's Division of Employment Security. From there, CI says that she never looked back. While her role has grown and changed over the years with the introduction of technological advancements, CI's sense of purpose has remained constant, with the most rewarding part of her work as an appeals referee being that it reflects her values to always do the right thing with integrity, kindness, and professionalism. So please join me in inviting and congratulating CI on stage. When Miriam Dixon's hiring supervisor, Herman Gruber, supported her enthusiasm for Braille and acted as the catalyst for her career-long role as a Braille teacher for the Department of Health and Human Services. Armed with a love for reading and a desire to pass that passion on to others, Miriam has played a critical role in the lives of many by helping adults with vision loss go from an introduction to the Braille cell to reading novels in as little as 4 months. It's really impressive. In her 45 years of service, Miriam's rewarding work has been made even more compelling as she's witnessed impressive advancements in her field. When she began her work with the state of North Carolina back in 1979, Braille technology did not even exist. Today, Miriam uses assistive technology in her work that allows students to not just feel the text, but tactile graphics as well. Miriam's love for her work is commendable, and her commitment to service is admirable. Please join me in honoring this dedicated public service employee. Now, it is fitting that our next honoree received a Caswell Award, as he has spent his entire career at the Department of Health and Human Services Caswell Developmental Center in Kinston. As if it were meant to be, Randy Johnson demonstrates the same consistent commitment to serving others as Richard Caswell himself. Randy never set out with a plan to spend more than 45 years as a healthcare technician at the Caswell Center. Instead, it seemed like the right place for him back in 1977. And over the years, Randy developed a love for the patients he cared for and the colleagues that he worked with. Thus, it remained the right place for him for many years to come. And doing a job that Randy knew could help those in need motivated him to always show up and to always do his best. His dedication to helping others is commendable, so please join me in celebrating and welcoming Randy. Well, our next honoree knows that a career in public service is something to take pride in. In fact, that's the exact advice Giovanni Webb would give to new state employees. She always wanted to work in healthcare and has been employed at the Department of Health and Human Services Longleaf Neuromedical Center in Wilson since January of 1979. Now, over her career, Giovanni climbed the ranks from healthcare technician to registered nurse house supervisor, where she supports management and overseeing the center's operations. And while she considers the benefits package for state employees to be a nice perk, it's her love and her compassion for the residents she cares for that continues to motivate Giovanni most. So let's all applaud Giovanni's commendable commitment to our state. Documentation and details are words to live by for Camille McCaffrey, who has worked in various roles within what is now the North Carolina Department of Information Technology since July of 1979. Camille began her work with the state as an accounting clerk. Now, over time, she transitioned to a more customer service-oriented role in telecommunications before migrating again to a service consultant role and finally landing her current role as a provisioning network technician. The fulfillment Camille gets from interacting with such a vast array of people is what keeps her going, as does the ever-evolving nature of the world of telecommunications. When Camille began her career, the idea of interacting face-to-face with colleagues in other locations was simply unfathomable, and now it's a part of our regular lives each and every day. So let's go ahead and congratulate and welcome Camille on her impressive career. Our next honoree began her career with the judicial branch as a legislative clerk in July of 1979. As a working wife and mother, Ella Wren found the role's flexibility appealing, but never envisioned her employment with the state lasting several decades. But nonetheless, Ella stayed. She continued her work as a judicial assistant because she truly enjoyed the job as well as the people that she worked with. And throughout her career, Ella was never deterred, she was never discouraged by the challenges presented by decades of change and progress. Instead, as technological advancements reshaped her work, Ella, she welcomed the opportunity. She continued learning, and the exchange of ideas are Ella's favorite parts of her job. And she advises new state employees to do their best David. So it's with those wise words that we celebrate and we applaud Ella's dedication to her work to the great state of North Carolina. Now, when our final honoree, Frida Lee, looks back at her career with the Department of Public Instruction, the Eleanor Roosevelt quote, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams," comes to mind. Now, she always knew she would spend her career in North Carolina's public education system, and she's actually had the privilege of living out that dream. We're celebrating her today for that. Now, working in both instructional and administrative roles in special education, Lee has been integral in shepherding students with learning disabilities throughout their education, become valuable members of their communities, and is particularly proud to have served as the chairman of the 1999 Special Olympics School Enrichment Program. When Frida looks back on her career, she feels fortunate that in her current role as a Section 504 coordinator for DPI's Exceptional Children Division, she has witnessed a shift within the field that prioritizes teaching children with disabilities in inclusive general education classrooms rather than separate educational settings. So please join me in congratulating Frida on an exceptional, remarkable, and inspiring career. Now that we've all met these remarkable employees, our family, our friends, our colleagues, and we've learned a little bit about their extended careers, I believe that each and every one of us in this room will agree that the enthusiasm as well as the passion that our Caswell Award recipients is receiving is more than admirable. It's inspiring. It's something that we can all look up to. You know, these employees, they are all role models in their every right who have a tremendous work ethic that contributes to a healthy and a productive work culture. So on behalf of everyone who made this entire event possible, I am privileged to say to our honorees that we, collectively, we value each and every one of you. We can't thank you enough for what you've done and what you will continue to do for the people of this state of North Carolina. So thank you.